Unsure to upskilled, poverty to empowerment, unemployed to enterprising. The USHA Silai Schools, a humble dream that has turned rural Indian women into a picture of confidence and hope. Within 7 years, with 20,350 Silai schools spanning over 10,565 Indian villages, USHA Silai campaign has trained more than 4 lakh rural women in building a life of their own. In an attempt to tap into this massive pool of talent, the USHA Silai label set up a garment design and production cluster in Kashmir in 2016. The Kashmir cluster has been a game changer for the women of the valley. It has created a multitude of experiences for them, including many firsts. They flew to Delhi for the first time when they visited Rohit Bal's production center. They met the designer for the first time after spending weeks in grueling training to make the clothes for his collection.
I feel that no matter what these women do, it's still going to be much more than I would expect, because I'm working with these women who have no idea about what they're doing. They're actually raw. They have not been trained, and training somebody for 15 days is not enough to be able to do the kind of stuff that they've already done. So for me, I'm nervous, but I'm going to make sure that whatever we do will be something that everyone will be proud of eventually, especially these women. They're going to be proud of the fact that they've been able to achieve this. I have my whole team backing this.
After the hard work and tenacity of 3 months, the women are finally in the city of dreams for Lakme Fashion Week 2019.
बहुत मजा आ रहा है यहाँ पे, मतलब बहुत कुछ डिफरेंट दिख रहा है यहाँ पे, ये सब हमने पहले कभी नहीं देखा है.
The music is all in me, and then you stop. And simply you're moving back.
Having trained and worked hard for this moment, these women have one last task to perform. They will be walking the ramp alongside the models who wear the garments they have made. They need to rehearse.
So see, Rohit Bal is here. Yes. And then he walks back. जब वो walk back करेगा, आप पीछे आ रहे हो, ये सब करो.
I actually didn't know it yesterday. We got to know during the rehearsals, and we met those ladies who came all the way from Kashmir only for this show.
These wonderful women from Kashmir who made this all possible, who actually put the collection together, like a round of applause for them.
If you just personally look at them, they're just so beautiful, warm, and the work they do, they only need just these kind of encouragements. And I'm so proud of Rohit Bal for doing this and really giving it back to where he belongs.
He's an institution in himself. No wonder he's actually trained and worked with these women, and they have done a fantabulous job under his able guidance. I believe it's beautiful. More than anything, this was a very overwhelming experience,
It was just really heartwarming, and it just touched the right chords to every single person sitting here. You saw the amount of standing ovations that everyone got, and it just couldn't have been better than that.
It's, I think, very important, because we have great craftsmen, and the discrimination that we have, between people who are designers today you know, and for a designer to recognize that actually those craftsmen are the ones that really help them put this whole collection together and to give them that opportunity to come here.
जो हमें कभी लाइफ में नहीं हो सकता था वो हमें मिला. हम उषा की टीम है उन्हें बहुत थैंक यू करना चाहते कि उनकी वजह से हम इस लेवल पे पहुंचे. और रोहित सर का जिन्होंने हमें प्रोडक्शन का काम दिया, हम पे ट्रस्ट करके उन्होंने हमें ये काम दिया और हमें बहुत ज़्यादा खुशी मिली, बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा लगा. थैंक यू.
बढ़ने का मौका भी दिया उसने बहुत ज़्यादा. अगर वो नहीं देते हमें आगे बढ़ने का मौका तो हम कैसे बढ़ते आगे.
Thank you, Usha.
Beyond the wildest forests, the deepest waters and the roughest seas, the USHA Silai School program is fructifying in the remotest islands of India. The Malayali Muslims of Lakshadweep, the tiger widows of Sundarbans and the tribals of Port Blair. Women from these marginalized communities have been bitten by the ambition bug introduced by USHA. The USHA Silai School program reached out to tiger widows of Sundarbans and trained them to open their own Silai schools.
It's a very strange thing to say, but we decided that we want to do things as Indians. So all these places, I consider India. So you outreach to India, then you outreach to the islands, and eventually we'll outreach to Africa also, because it's a good idea. But the idea was to try and be everywhere in a homogeneous kind of space, and not as India per se, but actually reaching out to the places we love. Quite simple.
Over the last 3 decades, over 3,000 men have lost their lives due to human-tiger conflict in the Sundarban region, leaving a large number of families to fend for themselves. This story is a window into their changing lives as they find their purpose enriched and empowered. Several boat rides across the delta and over 2,000 kilometers on road across the Konkan coast and over the Arabian Sea. USHA Silai School is driving hope and determination in the reclusive Agati Islands of Lakshadweep. Andaman Nicobar Islands floating in splendid isolation in the Bay of Bengal. This quaint land off the coast of Tamil Nadu has had its share of challenges that has shaped the life of locals here. Monica Bijung is one of them. When her husband deserted her and their children, she was helpless. But she strived to fight back with her sewing skills.
150 बच्चे अभी तक हो चुके हैं और ऐसे 5-6 बच्चों को मैंने क्लास दी जो बढ़िया से बढ़िया मतलब क्लास करने लायक है, तो हमको बहुत खुशी लगता है. आज मेरे बच्चे बड़ी वाली पुलिस में है, वो ASI है और छोटी अभी पढ़ के नर्सिंग BSc नर्सिंग कर रही है सब, और बेटा भी प्राइवेट में होने से SpiceJet में काम कर रहे हैं. वो सब सिलाई सेंटर की वजह से उतना तक मैं पढ़ा सकी हूँ बच्चा लोग को, और आगे भी मैं चाहती हूँ कि मतलब USHA सिलाई स्कूल का और उन्नति का हमको सपोर्ट मिले तो और भी बच्चे लोग को डिप्लोमा का उसमें भी आगे बढ़ा सकती हूँ, जिससे इन लोगों का भी गुजारा होए. क्योंकि मैं आज 50 उम्र मेरा हो चुका है, मैं 20 साल से मैं सिलाई सेंटर चला रही हूँ, पर वही कि धीरे धीरे अभी पूरा फुल स्पीड में है. अभी सबको एक नाम एक पहचान मुझे मिल गया. मेरे नाम के द्वारा बच्चे लोग पहचानते हैं कि मोनिका मैडम का बच्चे है, वैसे करके बोलते हैं.
The USHA Silai program has reached the most isolated and magical islands of India to bring empowerment, confidence and independence to women like Monica. But she's not the only one. There are many like her who are now independent and are supporting their families. In 2012, hundreds of rural women in West Bengal began training under the USHA Silai School program, which empowers women through skill and equal opportunities. By 2017, the program's success got the attention of the West Bengal Scheduled Caste and Tribe Development Finance Corporation, and the rest is history. A collaboration between USHA and West Bengal government led to the training of 3,500 women from marginalized communities in 2018.
So it's USHA Silai School model is a three-step process in changing lives of the women. So with the new 3500 edition, which we have started with now with USHA, what the journey has been very, I would say, awesome.
By the end of the USHA Silai program's final class, the women were equipped with all the necessary skills to open their own Silai schools. The excitement of running an USHA Silai School is a sentiment shared by 3,500 rural women of West Bengal today, from paddy fields of the south to the green hills in the north. Meghalaya, the abode of clouds, is one of the most beautiful states of India. This northeastern state is covered with dense forests boasting a rich variety of flora and fauna. But these forests are not as pristine as they once used to be. Pollution caused by plastic is playing havoc with the environment. Meghalaya State Pollution Control Board published a notification which, while not a complete ban, regulates the usage of plastic bags under the Plastic Waste Management Rules of 2016. The ban on using polythene with a thickness of less than 50 microns has brought a change in Meghalaya.
We actually here for visit Meghalaya and all the Ceylon sightseeing. So we can see the plastic is banned. I mean, almost it is banned, and the jute bags are here. So it's a very good initiative by the government over here, because plastic is not environmentally good as well. So we should use the jute bag instead of plastic.
Plastic bags have become a big part of our everyday routine. Banning plastic is the right way to go for the environment, but alternatives are needed. This is where the state conceptualized a project that would provide an alternative to plastic bags and also provide disadvantaged women with a source of income. And so, this led to the beginning of a new venture between the Meghalaya State Rural Livelihood Society and USHA.
I think providing livelihood is an objective of every government. And the idea really is to ensure that we create livelihood out of the strengths that we have, out of the resources that we have, and to ensure that the employment that is created allows people to be localized and stay in the place where they belong. And we're happy that in Meghalaya also this project has started. And the idea really was, to ensure that our women folk are also involved in different kind of economic activities taking place. We are a matrilineal society, so therefore we do ensure that women also get that kind of respect and get the kind of opportunities that should be there in every society. That's number one. Number two, we also felt that a program like a Silai program and USHA program is something that would also ensure that we would be able to link up between different aspects of the environment and the fact that we'll be able to produce products that are more sustainable in nature.
See, what I'm particularly proud of is these are all initiatives where the Meghalaya government has approached us. This is not our initiative, and I love their initiative. What I love is two things. One is their intent, and the other is they approached us. We don't take any credit for it. Then, you know, in terms of making bags that are recyclable, then making bags that are using local handicrafts, the government's idea, not ours. So I'm quite inspired by the fact that governments are waking up to this space. We are enablers.
The USHA Silai program has made close to 4 lakh rural women all over India self-sufficient and enabled them to stand on their own 2 feet. With this program in Delhi, they have broken the traditional pattern. We have seen many people sewing and stitching, but what we have not seen is this. USHA partnered with the Blind Relief Association Delhi to provide sewing training to visually impaired students.
I think it was in 2016. I actually didn't know there was an USHA Silai School, and I just chanced upon it. And like I said, that we're always looking at new vocational training programs. We reached out to USHA, and Chaya, Sriram and Krishna were very willing to work with us to come up with a curriculum that would work for the visually impaired. I think in literally 3 months we launched the program. Of course, we started very small and we learnt, and it's been 2.5 years, and it's been a great learning experience for all of us. The program is tailor-made for the visually impaired.
We changed some of the processes in machine functioning, some of the content also. For example, the machine which you are seeing here is having some additional features apart from the routine machines. Here you will be getting the feature of auto threading machines, and till date we have trained around 70 persons through these sewing centers. In addition to this, we deputed our trainer as and when required. Blind Relief Association also having their full-time trainer.
Our aim is to make sure that our trainees are self-sufficient, independent and employable, and that's our mission. And we have a great team that works at the Blind Relief Association, making sure that we introduce new programs, new vocational skills that would help them in becoming self-sufficient.
Self-sufficiency, it's a valuable part of our existence. Ask any of the 4 lakh women who have been trained by the USHA Silai program across the last 8 years. The program has already covered more than 10,000 villages, but there's no stopping till they have reached every corner of India.